Hey everybody, it's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. So guys, this is absolutely nuts. After years of begging, pleading, hoping, wishing, dreaming, finally, Vac-Metal SilverHawks will be on the market courtesy of Super7. Who said that this wasn't actually a possibility? Guys, I don't know exactly what happened, but the wizards over at Super7 have finally made this happen, and I want to take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was unveiled at San Diego Comic-Con 2023 at the Super7 booth. Let's have a look. Guys, the Cat's Lair is well on its way to getting funded. Last time we checked on the live stream, it was up to 657 backers. That was a couple days ago. And now, guys, if we head over to super7.com on the Cat's Lair pre-order page, with only 7 days, 9 hours, and 17 minutes to go, hitting refresh, scrolling down to find out how many backers there are now. Oh my goodness, guys, this is absolutely crazy. We've gone at least one third of the way to completing this goal. The ThunderCats Lair is well on its way to getting back to everybody. 1,060 backers. This is incredible, guys. Remember, if this crowdfund project hits its goal of 3,000 backers before July 30th, all backers who back that project before the deadline will receive their early bird exclusive, the key to Thundera. This is a full-size replica key at 4 inches long plus a leather strap. Guys, don't wait on this. This is an amazing opportunity. And of course, let's get this thing fully funded. We're already 1/3 of the way there, everybody. The final day to back the Cat's Lair, Sunday, September 17th, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. Guys, don't sleep on this. This is the stuff the dreams are made of. The Cat's Lair is here, guys. And Thundercats are loose. Guys, I want to give a huge shout out to toyr.com for providing these pictures. They were at San Diego Comic-Con and taking as many photos as possible, and we are blessed to be able to see these in person. Thank you so much, guys. Definitely give toyart.com a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Guys, Super7 was, of course, the talk of the town for the Cat's Lair. But another property which they have licensed and has its own questions for fans who are wanting more accurate LJN versions of these toys has once again popped up. And this time, I think we're finally getting what everybody wanted. There they are, everybody. The SilverHawks, actually looking shiny and almost as if they're made of silver. This is crazy. Let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was revealed at the Super7 booth. Wow. This is something which, right from the get-go, was a bit of a question for fans. A little bit, why not? How come it can't be done? What's going on? As a matter of fact, that was a question that was asked of Brian Flynn over and over again by multiple toy tubers. And the short answer was, it's very difficult. It's not easy to do. The softer plastic that Super7 and most companies use these days is not suitable for the vac-metalized process. And therefore, they were not able to move forward with shiny SilverHawks. And this was a huge sticking point to fans. Many people just outright skipped over the cartoon version of the SilverHawks as it did not remind them of their childhood. And now, finally, months and months and months, almost years later, Super7 has gone and done the impossible and brought out the SilverHawks for display at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. Let's take a deep dive into this, guys. This is going to be incredible. Here we have Steelheart. Wow. Honestly, it gives it a completely new dimension. I already have, courtesy of Entertainment Earth, I was able to secure Steelheart, and I'll be doing a full review on her very, very soon for the channel. I hope you guys will enjoy that. But right out of the package, I can see a completely different outlook on this version of Steelheart. She looks absolutely amazing. The chrome really does give a completely different feel to this figure. It's incredible. I love the fact that they put on that tempo, which really harkens to the LJN toys. It looks so great and reminds me of those toys, as I had many of these as a kid. I still love the fact that they can actually keep partly metal, partly real aspect of the figures, which was a big part of the show. Seeing here that Steelheart still has her flying hand swappable into this chrome version of the figure. It should be noted, if you look in the background, you can see that Steelheart's arm is actually partly metal, partly real at the mid portion of her forearm, whereas on this prototype version, the entire wing along with her forearm has actually been fully chromed out. I'm sure they're going to address that as it goes along, because we can see here that the chrome version of Steelheart's face has been masked off. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to paint this over and make this 100% accurate, which will be beautiful. Can't wait for that. Man, it really is shiny. Oh my gosh. I wonder how Toy Arc took these photos. It must have taken a long time, because if anybody's actually taken photos of Chrome, it is devilishly hard to photograph. And I love the fact that they actually managed to do it here. I love the way the Chrome looks on this figure. This is a must-buy for me. This is ridiculous. I remember thinking to myself at the time when Brian was talking about how difficult it would be to actually get these SilverHawks into Chrome, I was sort of like, yeah, I can see that. It's kind of difficult these days, and it's probably going to be very, very expensive, which I don't doubt these will be a little bit pricier than the SilverHawks we already have. But I think people will gladly pay the price to get something nostalgic as this, and just gorgeous as they look amazing. Here we have the standard pack out for Steelheart, and we can see here once again that this version of her arm has been masked off with the proper paint. I think the final version with the wings spread out will have that retained. It's just a tiny detail which they weren't able to get in time for the show. I still love the way she looks, and you know what? If this is a tempo, which is very reminiscent of the new figures, this is going to look great, because this face actually looks better, in my opinion, than what we got presently with the cartoon versions of the SilverHawks. I also love her helmet. Oh my gosh. This looks amazing. The visor, the details, I love this. Bravo, Super7, for making this happen. You're going to make a lot of fans very, very happy. You can even catch a glimpse of her bird companion in the background there. And it's more toyetic. It's actually not the cartoon edition. This is actually much, much, much closer to the LJN standard version. Next, we go to Quicksilver, who looks absolutely stunning. We can even catch a glimpse of Tallyhawk, again, more in the LJN toy style than the Toon style, and I'm really actually appreciating that. This is the version of Tallyhawk which we got as kids, and again, in terms of nostalgia, I'm loving this. Quicksilver looks amazing. He has properly masked off paint on his wings spread out, so I'm confident that Steelheart will have the same treatment, and we're going to see a fully realized version of these characters very, very soon. I really do love that tempo of the SilverHawks version on the left breast of each of the characters. So reminiscent of the original toy. It's crazy. He really looks stunning as a character here, and I can't wait to get this figure into our collection. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can tell Vac-Metalized figures just attract thumbprints and fingerprints everywhere. Look at this, guys. This is nuts. Quite literally, I think Pixel Dan and a whole bunch of other toy tubers were able to, take an early glimpse at this and see just how good it is. And this thing is a fingerprint magnet, I gotta tell you, but that's awesome. Really harkening back to the days of playing with these as toys. And remember, the oils on your fingers will actually degrade this chrome, so be very careful when you're handling these figures once they're made available to us. Here's the standard pack out that did come with SilverHawk initially. And it should be noted that if we zoom in, we can already see some of the chrome flaking off of the characters. This is something that Brian Flynn did mention. You have to be super careful with these figures, as they will flake off the moment you start manipulating them. That's a huge bummer, but it is understandable. It's also to note that the pegs themselves, which are fully chromed here, will not have that chrome on the final figures. They will actually be more of a metallic paint to match with the overall figure itself, and I really appreciate that part of it, as it's going to be well thought out by Brian Flynn and the team over at Super7. I really appreciate the new head sculpt for the mask. It looks beautiful. That blue visor, the dark crest, it's amazing. And of course, the chromed out hands, they really have outdone themselves at Super7. Bravo, Brian Flynn and the team. The masking, of course, is going to be a big detail for many fans, particularly here where you can see a little bit of underspray. That's okay for me, though. I really do appreciate the effort, and this is a notoriously difficult material to be working with. So honestly, the fact that we're getting these is a huge win for SilverHawks fans. And although I will be one of these people who says, but Brian, you said that this was impossible, I don't really care. Even though Brian said that this was not possible with the technology at the time when they were planning these out, somehow, by some miracle, Brian was able to make this, and you know what? I am glad for that. But I don't want to mention it in any sort of negative degree. I'm just really happy that these were finally able to be made and brought to life, and that we could possibly get these very soon into our collections. There's a little bit of detail for packaging, and we don't see the front of it, but it's probably going to be the exact same packaging that was included with the original SilverHawks. I am a little concerned, though, that once they're sealed into this plastic prison, that once you start taking them out, there might be a bit of scuffing that really kind of scares me. But so far, they've been pretty good with all of their packouts, and I'm really hoping that tradition will continue and we will have perfect SilverHawks by the time these get released. You can actually see Tallyhawk in the background there with his fixed wings. I'm not sure if they're going to include another Tallyhawk with folded wings. I guess time will tell. Here we have Steel Heart's pack out, and it looks gorgeous. Metallic SilverHawks are finally coming in to the Super 7 line for the SilverHawks. Are you guys excited for this? Because I know I am. Guys, SilverHawks are partly metal, partly real, once again. SilverHawks! Wow, guys, this is absolutely crazy. There are going to be a lot of questions going around. I mean, like, at first, Brian said that this was impossible, but he did actually say very clearly that the type of plastic that most companies use today is not suitable for Vac-Metalized toys. And I think that is a really good reason to take this in as a grain of salt. After all, these are the figures we've been hoping and dreaming for, and it really was worth the wait. After all, the cartoon versions of these figures are amazing, and they look pretty good on my shelf. We also have to acknowledge that Super 7 is trying their best to get these things right. After all, Wave 1 went back and got fixed, quote unquote, after seeing the very first prototypes by many toy tubers who were very excited about this and had some, questions and really some criticism about the way they looked. And to their credit, Super 7 has held up their end of the bargain and corrected those issues. Looking at these silver versions, I am super excited. I can't wait until we get these into our collections, guys. And it really should be noted that these are LJN-inspired toys, so they will have brand new familiars with Tallyhawk, as well as all the other companion birds that come with the SilverHawks. Guys, let me know in the comment section below, are you excited for these SilverHawks, which now that they have Vac-Metalized parts and look so shiny? Remember, touching these things will put fingerprints. It's a fingerprint magnet, everybody. You just cannot avoid that. And also don't forget that the oils in your fingers will actually degrade chrome over time. So be very, very careful when you manipulate these figures in your collection. Are you guys excited about this? Are you excited about getting the true versions of the SilverHawks Ultimates into your collection? Are you going to put your hard-earned money down for these figures as I am? Or are you thinking that this is kind of really strange that they should be bringing them out now after you bought the entire set of SilverHawks already and now you have to, they're going to start recollecting them all over again? Guys, please leave those comments in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. And if you enjoyed this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I post up to 2 episodes a week, and I hope you guys enjoy. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys will always know when new episodes are posted. Also, if you're in the position to help out the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's MegaJRetro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons and channel members of this channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do it without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. It really means the world to me. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. SilverHawks! Good journey, everybody. Geek proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters. Thank you so much, everybody. It's thanks to your support that this channel continues to grow, and I really could not have done this without you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really means a lot and really helps the channel to keep growing.